Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir, your digital classroom. The first paper, that's the English language paper for ICSE Class 10 board exams is over, and this is the paper. I hope all of you have done very well. The initial reactions seem to suggest that it was a rather easy paper. That's nice to hear. We'll have the key out right now. We will go through the entire paper question by question so that you have a good idea as to where you actually stand, because the large part of the grammar I thought was very easy. I thought the topics given for the essay were rather interesting, much more interesting than the class 9 board paper, which happened just about 2 weeks ago. So we'll go through the entire paper, starting with question number 1. The 5 topics for the composition: write an original short story entitled The Secret. Actually it should be titled The Secret. So all those students who have been writing to me saying that they like to tell horror stories, thriller stories of kinds, they should have actually had a field day writing this kind of a story and just kind of weaving in writing about an interesting kind of a thriller suspense kind of a story. So I hope at least some of you have attempted this particular story. The second one, I would think maximum students would have gone for, and even I would have gone for the second option: a family without pets is an incomplete family. Express your views either for or against the statement. I hope students have followed my advice, which I have given ad nauseum, that if you are arguing for pets, saying that a family without pets is an incomplete family, you have kind of given arguments only in favor and not also added on something against. And if you have gone against, not added on something for. Now, what would be the kind of arguments that you would talk from a very family point of view as far as pets are concerned? You could talk about the unconditional love and the fact that they become a member of the family. You could also talk about, they give company 24/7. The other very useful tool, which many of my friends who have pets at home say, that anything littered around at home, they eat up. So they kind of ensure that the floor is always spotless and clean. Also, to play games with them, and you wouldn't really feel lonely at any point in time. If you're feeling low, they kind of ensure that they are there to hug and ensure that you feel loved at every point in time. In fact, one of the things that I'd also spoken about is that you could actually read lessons to your pet, to your dog or cat, make your pet a partner in your academic progress. So all those reasons you could actually list in talking about a family without pets is an incomplete family. Those who would want to argue against can talk about the fact that in a family which is used to a particular kind of an ethos, they don't like the kind of smell, the dog smell, the hair loss, the fact that the family cannot go on holidays alone, they will have to ensure that the pet is put somewhere. But the arguments obviously in favor of the family without pets is an incomplete family much more stronger than the against. The third option: which do you prefer, morning, afternoon, evening or night? Again, depending on what kind of person you are, you can actually talk about, if it's a morning, the calm, the quiet, the fresh air, going for a morning jog. But the interesting part is, and that's really the thing which you should have followed, and I hope you have followed, because it actually talks about the various questions you have to address. What are the sights, sounds, smells and feelings? So, talking about all the senses and feelings that you associate with your favorite time of the day. Why do you like this part of the day better than the others? So unless you have addressed each one of these points, you could lose marks. So I hope you have done that. Again, an interesting topic, which especially with people with creativity and who like to describe would have done pretty well out here. Fourth one: have you ever said or done something that changed the life of another person? Give an account of your words or actions that led to this change and describe how the experience made you feel. So if you are one of those very narrative kind people who like to tell interesting stories or something that happened in your life, this should have been the option that you should have gone for. I hope some of you have also gone for this option. The fifth one is a photograph that went viral. Many of you would have seen it on social media, with a slipper being used by one of the boys to take a group selfie of his young kid friend. So very interesting photograph, and actually a lot could be written. You could write on the whole joy of taking selfies, the joy of childhood, that this boy who comes from a not very well-to-do family background is actually wanting to have the same joy of seeming like he's wanting to take a group selfie with his close friends by using a slipper, his chappal, in order to take a selfie. So you could talk about the joy of childhood, you could talk about the bonhomie with his friends, and the fact that how they are living in a make-believe world and taking pleasure and deriving pleasure for something like that. And also that whole thing of the selfie culture actually getting into every part of society, not just the kinds who have those fancy iPhones or Android phones. So again, a very, very good picture. Whoever has said this paper, I would really want to compliment the person from the ICSE Council who has actually set this paper and has chosen this photograph. Coming to the letter, question number 2, you have changed your school recently. Write a letter to your friend in your school, old school, telling him or her what you like about your new school, but also what you miss about your old school. So in a 10-mark question, in the content and expression, they would really look for that you have addressed both parts of the question equally and elaborately. That is very, very important. In an elaborate manner, you should have addressed both parts of the question. That is very important, and I hope you have all taken care about the date, about the address and the various salutations and subscription. That is something which you should have taken care of. We discussed that. I don't think we discussed anything more than that in the last couple of days. The formal letter was about the letter that you have to write to the municipal commissioner of your city and town. I hope if you come from a particular city, say for instance Lucknow or Jaipur or Delhi, you have written to the municipal commissioner of your city. I hope the residence address is not Lucknow and you have written it to somebody in Hyderabad. I hope you have not done that. So some taps in your locality are left open all day, resulting in a tremendous waste of water. Again, a very socially relevant issue being picked up here. Again, the board really needs to be complimented for this question paper. Tremendous waste of water. Write a letter to the municipal commissioner of your town city complaining about the problem. And the part 2, suggest ways in which this waste of water can be prevented. So if you are someone who is socially conscious, is aware of the problems, this should have been the letter that many of you could have written, but I have a feeling that many would have actually gone in for the informal letter. Question number 3, the notice email, again where the format is actually more important than anything else. Your school is organizing a feet carnival to raise funds for victims of the recent floods in your state. Write a notice to be put up in the school notice board giving details of the event. Okay, write an email to the principal of a neighboring school. So the principal of the neighboring school, inviting him or her to send her students to attend your carnival. Pretty simple format. If you have followed, I think you should be in safe kind of hands. Now the notice, the notice title could have been something like helping hands, or you could say help your neighbor, or reaching out. That could have been a title. Okay, the unseen passage is there. The 3 words which have been given in this particular instance, assigned, ideal and independent, not very difficult. Assigned would be something like given. Ideal would be good, best, perfect, would be kind of words which would be accepted. Independent, if you had written not dependent also, I think in the context of the sentence which is there in the unseen passage, it would be more or less right. So study was mostly independent, that is not dependent on anyone, with pupils free to go and consult the teacher whenever necessary. So not independent, free would, I think, be accepted by the examiners. Now let's come to the comprehension, the unseen passage, the questions and the précis. I think more or less you would have tackled that. Now let's come to the really the main meaty portion of the grammar, the question 5. Most of it pretty easy, a few of them a little tricky. By the time she was 3, Matilda had taught herself, taught is already given, to read by studying, studying, studying newspapers and magazines that lay, L-A-Y, around the house. At the age of 4, she could read. So read remains as read. She could read fast and well, and she naturally began hankering, not to hanker, hankering after books. The only book in the whole of this enlightened household was something called Easy Cooking. Now this is the 5th one, is the tricky one. The only book in the whole of this enlightened household was something called Easy Cooking, belonging to her mother. Though I personally thought that belonged to, and 2 other teachers I kind of consulted on this particular one also felt that belonged sounds so much correct. But can you really add that out here? I am not so sure. So I would go with belonging, though I personally feel that belonged sounds so much more correct. And when she had read this from cover to cover and had learnt, Learnt or Learned, okay, and had learnt all the recipes by heart, she decided she wanted something more interesting. Okay, so except for that fifth one, which is a little bit of a question mark with two options, the rest of them pretty much taken care of. Fifth B, it has been raining for 2 hours. I hope you have not made this mistake, because we have discussed the from, for, and since in many preposition exercises. We did as many as 7 video lessons on prepositions. So it has been raining for 2 hours, not since 2 hours. If it was since 1 p.m., it would be since 1 p.m. But now here it has been raining for 2 hours, FOR. He just scraped through his examination, THROUGH. Mrs. Kapoor was bent attending the meeting. Bent upon or bent on. UPON or ON. Both would be accepted. She's proud and looks down on her colleagues. That's why I always said you need to get the sentiment of the sentence. That is very important. She's proud and looks down on her colleagues. Rahul plays football with his grandfather. The mother was sitting. Now here there could be 3 options. The mother was sitting beside the sick child all night. The mother was sitting with the sick child all night. The mother was sitting by the sick child all night. All 3 options would be deemed correct. Monica is leaning against the wall. Rosie is very good at art and craft. Those of you have written in, wrong. At art and craft. With also will be wrong. Now let's join the following sentences without using and, but and so. Now here we need to be a little careful. Sarah and Tyra are twins. They look exactly alike. Sarah and Tyra, who look exactly alike, are twins. The punctuation mark may not be important out here. So Sarah and Tyra, who look exactly alike, are twins. That's how you need to combine these 2 sentences. Join these 2 sentences. Rohan does not like to play cricket. He does not like to play hockey either. So now here you need to use neither nor. Rohan neither likes to play cricket nor hockey. Okay. You could also make it Rohan likes to play cricket, neither cricket nor hockey, though I would prefer a neither at the beginning and nor towards the end. Sania pushed as hard as she could. The door would not open. Now here again 2 options could be possible. Despite Sania pushing as hard as she could, the door would not open. Despite Sania pushing as hard as she could, comma, the door would not open. Or though Sania pushed as hard as she could, the door would not open. Okay, so both options should be correct. The school bus drove through the gate. The clock was striking 8 at that moment. Now this is going to be a tricky one. The school bus drove through the gate at that moment when the clock was striking 8. Now let's come to rewrite the following sentences according to the instructions given, the last part of your English language paper. The librarian orders books for the school library every year. Begin with books, active into passive. Books are ordered for the school library every year by the librarian. If you have put the librarian before, books are ordered by the librarian for the school library every year, it may not be deemed very correct, because here the order books is going with the school library, not with the librarian. So books are ordered for the school library every year by the librarian. Okay. No one will deny that the children have worked very hard this year. Begin with everyone. Everyone will agree that the children have worked very hard this year. Simple. I hope no one has got that wrong. As soon as the teacher enters, tricky one. As soon as the teacher enters, she is greeted by her students. Start with no sooner. Now no sooner going with than. No sooner does the teacher enter than she is greeted by her students. I hope you have got it right. Use the word does. No sooner does the teacher enter than she is greeted by her students. Enter, not enters. She is so busy that she finds no time to entertain her friends. She is too busy to find time to entertain her friends. She is too busy to find time to entertain her friends. The last four now. In spite of the very hot weather, Kevin stepped out to buy some bread. Again, two options. You have to start with despite. One, it could be despite the weather being very hot, because despite goes with being. So, despite the weather being very hot, Kevin stepped out to buy some bread. One option. Despite the very hot weather, that is the sentence, we keep it like that. Despite the very hot weather, Kevin stepped out to buy some bread. Both options, though the first option may be more preferable, but I think both options should be, will be considered. Sheila will be selected for the competition only if she goes for the auditions. Start with unless. So, unless, not so unless. Unless Sheila goes for the auditions, she will not be selected for the competition. I would rather eat fruit than a lot of unhealthy junk food. You have to start with prefer. I prefer eating fruit to a lot of unhealthy junk food. Here, if you have used the word than, it could be a little problematic is what I feel. I prefer eating fruit to a lot of unhealthy junk food. Okay. Last one. Simple. The tree was cut down ruthlessly. They cut down the tree ruthlessly. So, please mark out how many marks you have managed to score in the English language and grammar paper. I think all of you were feeling rather tense, but I think the paper has been much easier than most expected. So, not too many tricky words except the 2-3 of them that we kind of discussed. But otherwise, I think most of you, if you have done a decent essay, a decent unseen passage, the précis with sticking to that 50 words with the keywords, the letter writing and the notice and email, if it has been decent, I think you should be easily expecting a high in the 70s, high 70s out of 80. So, let's see. So, now it's time to put the English grammar books aside and start working towards mathematics. All the best to you. Thank you very much for watching.